Good morning, everyone. Today is the joyous day of Lag BaOmer. And once again at 4:30, everyone's invited to come to the Moors, where we're going to celebrate with a barbecue and music and bring joy to the elderly. One of the aspects of this day is that it's the yard site of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, the great sage who lived during the times of the Roman occupation. 500,000 people last night were at his grave in Meron, dancing, celebrating, because he said that the day of his passing should be celebrated. And one of the great things that Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai did was he revealed the secrets of Kabbalah. Now Kabbalah, what is called Jewish mysticism, has become very popular today. As a matter of fact, at the Eurovision just now in Israel, Madonna was one of the singers, and she loves Israel, and she loves Kabbalah, and she loves Jewish mysticism, and she loves to go to Tzfat, to the graves of the great mystics. But what is Kabbalah and its origin, the holy teachings of Kabbalah? It's one of the fundamental parts of Judaism. Today it's become a little more, commercialized, but this is a holy spiritual teaching. And what is the message of Kabbalah? So Rabbi David Aaron, who was here a number of months ago, tells a story. He says that he once, when he started learning Kabbalah, he went to a great teacher in Israel who was known to be a Kabbalist. And he was sitting with his students, and he came and he said, "I want to learn Kabbalah." So the rabbi said, "Come here." And the rabbi picked up an apple and stretched out his hand. So Rabbi Aaron went to take the apple. The rabbi pulled back his hand. Strange. Again, the rabbi put out his hand, and again he went to take it. The rabbi pulled back his hand. After 4 times, the rabbi said, "What does the word Kabbalah mean?" In Hebrew, the word kabel means to receive. He said, Kabbalah means to receive, receptivity. He says, don't take the apple, open your hand, and I'll put it in your hand, and you'll receive the apple. What is the meaning of Kabbalah, to receive? In life, you could look at life, I want to take things from life, but if you take something, you take it, you own it, but you possess it, but you possess it to the exclusion of everyone else. So basically, you own it, but you're alone. The idea of Kabbalah is everything in this world we're receiving from Hashem. Don't be a taker, be a receiver. What's the difference? When I take it, I took it, it's mine, I'm on my own. When I receive it, it implies there's a relationship with God. God gave it to me. So it's not just the thing that God gave me, it's the love and the connection and the relationship that comes with what God gave me. So, for example, people always say, take your next breath. What does that say? Take your next breath. You're taking something that's yours. You shouldn't take your next breath. You should receive your next breath. God just gave me that breath. So it's not just the breath, it's where it's coming from. It's a gift from Hashem. And when you realize that everything's a gift from God, and you realize Hashem loves you and He just gave you something, you just received a present from Hashem, that's the essence of Kabbalah. To see this whole world as a gift, and every experience is receiving rather than taking. And that implies a constant relationship with the one who's giving it to us, which is Hashem. It's a beautiful story about Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai in the Talmud. There was a couple that got married. They loved each other, but 10 years they didn't have any children. So they came to Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, whose yard site is today, and they said to Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, "What should we do? We haven't had children for 10 years. We want to get divorced. So maybe we'll try with someone else and have children." Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai says, "Okay, that's fine. You're allowed to do that, but one condition. Just like the day you got married, you did it with a big celebration. The day you get divorced, that you separate, you should make a big party and celebrate." Okay, that's what the rabbi said. So they invited all their friends and they had a big party. At the end of the party, the husband was a little drunk, and his wife, they were all partying. And he says to her, "Goodbye, I'm so sorry that we're separating. We just need to have children. I'm going to miss you. I loved you, but what can we do? But to show you how much I love you, you're going back to live in your father's house now. Anything you want in this house that you like, you can take as a present, as a goodbye present, to remember our relationship. Help yourself to anything you want." He drank a little more wine, he fell asleep. When he fell asleep, she told some of the servants to put him on a bed and carry the bed to her father's house. The next morning, the husband wakes up. He sees he's not in his house, he's in her house. He says, "What am I doing here?" She says, don't you remember? You told me I could take anything I want in this house with me. I looked around the house, and the only one thing I really want is you. I don't want anything else. So they went back to Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, he gave them a blessing, and they had children. And the message of the story is, the husband and the wife is God and the Jewish people. Sometimes we think, what do we want in life? God says, what do you want? I want money, I want fame, I want power, I want pleasure, I want this, I want that. Kabbalah teaches, you know what you really want? You want Hashem, that's what you want. You want a relationship with God. And therefore Kabbalah says, look to the deeper purpose and meaning of life. It's not about the things we take. It's about receiving from Hashem and realizing we're in a constant relationship with God. And that's the greatest thing our souls really want, and what all of us need to be happy. And Kabbalah teaches us to focus on that relationship, because when we take that relationship, we take God and we take all the love that He gives us.